Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly anime review of Young Black Jack. This anime season is almost over. I think next week is the finale, if I am correct. So, one episode left, and pretty much the fall season of anime 2015 is over. Or, this year of anime is pretty much over. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's really hard to believe how this season is pretty much over when it feels like it just began. And I have been enjoying the ride of Young Black Jack quite a bit. And to see this finally end, it makes me question, where do I go next? Because my question now is, I know that Young Black Jack is a prequel. It's a prequel to the main series Blackjack. I know there's an anime of Blackjack. I've never seen it. And I don't know if the anime is worth watching or not. So I'm going to ask you Chibits that are more knowledgeable when it comes to Blackjack. Do I need to watch the anime or do I have to do something else? Like, do I need to read the manga or something? Because I know depending on how series are adapted, it could cause it to where it's not as good as, like, let's say the original source. So I'm asking all of you, after Young Blackjack is over, what path should I take next? Please let me know in the comments below. So getting into the details of this episode. This episode continues on with the arc with the doctor that had surgery and was pretty much limbless. And with this episode, it reveals more of his motive, which we already could assume, but it lets us know he became a person that wants revenge, and he wants to kind of do his own thing. He wants to get justice in his own way, because he believes that the court and all that couldn't get the justice he wants. And because of this, he goes down this, thorny path that causes to where he can never return. And majority of this episode is spent showing this dude's life and how he's going down a spiral of tragedy and he cannot get out of it. Because what he has done and what path he's chosen, he cannot get out of it. He's gone. Like, for instance, he has the cops after him, the government's after him. He can no longer be a surgeon, and he lost the very person that wanted to marry him, because he had this girl, as we know, that wanted to marry him, and he kind of just threw her to the side, and he can't be with her anymore, because for one, he feels like he can't really, make her happy, because he needs support. I mean, think about it. I mean, he has no limbs or anything, and he doesn't want to probably put her in that situation of having to care for him, and then also on top of that, he just doesn't want to be able to feel like he's less of a person he used to be. And then on top of this, he, after, finding out about what happened to him and how his limbs were taken from him thanks to, like, a political mind games and just people fighting over power to be a better doctor or, be the director of a hospital, it's kind of fucked up. And now we understand why he's really pissed off. I mean, if you lost your limbs, okay, let's just say you lost, like, the lower half of your body, you can no longer walk. And then you come to find out the reason why you lost your limbs wasn't just because of an accident, but it was because of some assholes deciding to rig your vehicle and fuck you over. You'd probably be pretty damn pissed yourself. Let's think about it like this. If you were to go seek justice from the cops and they weren't to do anything because you have no evidence to support this, they're gonna be like, fuck you, just get out of here. I mean, you're just wanting to throw false claims. I mean, you'd probably be very upset. You would want to take matters into your own hands, and that's kind of where he went in this episode. But one of the main things we need to look at, though, is Hazuma's path, what he is currently doing. He takes a path that has been built up since the first episode of Young Blackjack, that Hazuma is going down this path of becoming a ghost doctor, or a doctor that is not a proper doctor. He's like an illegal doctor. And that's kind of what is going on here. At the end of the episode, because of what happened to his senpai, or sensei, that got kind of fucked over and his limbs are gone, he realizes the corruption in the medical field. And he now knows that he needs to try to get rid of this. And he doesn't care what path he chooses or what he has to do to save his patient. So for instance, he's willing to go down the dark path of being a ghost doctor that might even help out people that are against the government and fix them up, just because he wants to save the patients in front of him. He doesn't care about whoever side you're on, he just wants to help you. And that's kind of what Hazuma is doing at this moment. So this is a brilliant setup, I think, for the main series of Blackjack, because as I already said, Young Blackjack is a prequel series. That means that this is like the story behind the main series, Blackjack. And when we get to that series, I'm going to assume that Hozma is a doctor that works undercover. For instance, he's a doctor that goes beyond the law and starts working on people that are outside the law. I could see something like that happening in the main series. But that's about it. I mean, this episode kind of concludes that arc. It lets us know that the sensei is alive. He manages to sneak out of prison, and he also lost an eye in the process as well, which is, damn. I mean, this dude lost all his limbs, now he lost an eye. I mean, this dude is just screwed over. But he's still alive, so he might be a reoccurring character in, you know, the main series. Hopefully he is, because I would like to see what other paths he might choose in the future alongside of Hozma. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.